Hey everyone, and welcome back to Senior Not Stupid. So today we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, sneaks up on a lot of us after 60. It's that frustrating moment when a name, a word, or where you put your keys just completely vanishes. Now, the old advice, it's everywhere. But we're Generation Ultra, right? So we're going to skip all those recycled tips and go straight to the new gen hacks that researchers are just now starting to get really excited about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That tip of the tongue feeling. It's that little glitch where you know the information is in there somewhere, but you just can't quite grab it. It is maddening, and it happens to every single one of us. But what if I told you that feeling wasn't a failure at all?
That's right. It is not a sign that you're failing. I want you to think of it as a signal from your brain. It's like a little notification that pops up and says, hey, the old methods, they're not really cutting it anymore. It's time for an update. And that is exactly what this explainer is all about. We're moving way beyond the crosswords and the old school memory tricks of the past. Your brain is absolutely ready for a modern upgrade, and we've got the new tools based on the very latest science to help you get there. So let's dive in.
Okay, first up, the new gen science. And look, this isn't just wishful thinking. This is all based on what researchers are discovering, like right now, about how our brains actually work and how we can support our memory at a deep cellular level.
So what's really changing the game? Well, it kind of boils down to these four amazing areas. We're talking about using specific light wavelengths to literally energize our brain cells, using certain sounds to sync up our brain waves for better focus. We're even talking about new types of clean fuel for the brain, and you'll love this, leveraging that powerful connection between your gut and your brain. It's all about working with our body's biology, not just forcing it with drills. Let's just pull one of these apart for a second. Brainwave entrainment. I know, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. All it is using a consistent rhythm, like a specific sound frequency, to gently guide your brain into a state that's perfect for focus and memory. You know, it's kind of like tuning an old radio. You're just helping your brain find that crystal clear station. Okay, so that's the science, but how do we actually use it? Let's get to the good stuff, the practical, new-gen hacks you can start doing today. Seriously, I'm going to show you a bunch you can do immediately, and then a couple that just need a super quick, one-time setup. First on the list is the near-infrared light hack. Now, these little home devices are really affordable and easy to find these days. You just hold it or wear a simple little headband on your forehead and temples for about 10 minutes each morning. Early studies are starting to show this can actually boost blood flow and help your brain cells create more energy, which leads to sharper recall. Pretty cool, huh? Next up, the audio hack. This one taps right into that brainwave entrainment we were just talking about. All you have to do is download a free binaural beats app. There are tons of them. Pop in some headphones and listen to a 40 Hz gamma track for about 15 minutes. And get this, research from places like MIT has shown that this specific frequency can really help with working memory and just cutting through that annoying brain fog. Okay, this next one couldn't be any simpler. Just add a small spoonful of a good, high-quality MCT oil into your morning coffee or tea. Your body takes this special kind of fat and turns it into something called ketones, which is like a super clean, premium fuel source for your brain. It kind of bypasses the usual energy routes and can directly support your focus and clarity. Let's forget about those boring old memorization drills. The next time you go for a walk, try this. Take a familiar route and mentally place items from your to-do list at specific spots. You know, like put buy milk at that big oak tree, or call the bank at your neighbor's red mailbox. New research on how our brains handle navigation shows this active spatial trick builds stronger and faster memory connections. It's like a memory palace, but for the real world. Now, you do not need a fancy, expensive ice bath for this one. Just end your daily shower with about 30 seconds of cold water right on your face. That sudden, quick shock of cold triggers the release of certain hormones that actually encourage the growth of new neural pathways, and that helps your brain lock in memories more effectively. All right, our last immediate hack taps into that amazing gut-brain connection. Now, the key here, and this is important, is to talk to your doctor. Ask them about some of the new targeted postbiotic supplements. Now, unlike probiotics, which are live bacteria, postbiotics are the helpful little compounds those bacteria produce. And some of these are now being studied for how well they can reduce inflammation in the brain, especially in our memory centers. Okay, ready for our next section? These next two hacks are incredibly powerful. They just need a really quick one-time setup that seriously only takes a few minutes to do. If you want to learn something new, you have got to check out these voice-first spaced repetition apps.
They're fantastic because they cut way down on screen fatigue. The app just reads questions to you and you speak your answers back. No typing needed. And that simple act of just speaking your answers out loud has been shown to dramatically improve long-term retention. This one might just be the easiest hack of them all, because you do it while you're sleeping. Just use a sleep app or a simple bedside device that can play something called pink noise layered with those 40 Hz gamma tones we talked about. Research is suggesting that this specific combination helps enhance memory consolidation. You know, that's the process where your brain files away all the important stuff while you're in your deepest stages of sleep.
So, what's the big takeaway here? I mean, what's the bottom line? These aren't the same old recycled tips you've heard 1,000 times before. These are the quiet, new tools that are just now emerging from the latest research. They're small signals, simple little adjustments that can make a huge, huge difference when the old ways just aren't working anymore.
And there you have it. 8 distinct, science-backed, new generation tools you can use to start sharpening your mind right now. And listen, you don't have to do all of them at once. That's not the point. The key is just to start. Pick 1 or 2 that seem easy and just see how your recall starts to sharpen over the next few weeks.
And I want you to never, ever forget this. You are part of Generational Ultra. You have an unstoppable legacy. You have a world of experience, and you are still transforming reality every single day. These tools, they're just here to make sure your brilliant mind keeps right up with your unstoppable spirit.
So I'd really love to know, which one of these new gen hacks are you most curious to try out first? Tell me in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next explainer, where we'll talk about simple, realistic ways to meet the opposite sex after 60. See you soon. Stay sharp. We've got this.